Well, you answered the first question. Eating the fruit of knowledge was a big mistake. Okay. But why be cursed for that? That too by the Father like God.
To get answer to those questions, we need to understand what curse is. It's nothing but consequences of one's deed, after effects of something that one does. God, who knows everything, obviously knows what is about to happen, and that is what He said, and that we have termed now as curse. I'll explain this. See what followed immediately after them eating from the fruit of knowledge. God had to have them away from Eden Garden because it also had the tree of life. Imagine us living messed up. Messed up, I say, because after eating from the fruit of knowledge, they kept doing all evil and they were living messed up, and they would have continued living such messed up life eternally if they also had eaten from the tree of life. So God had to keep them away. Now that brought a very troublesome life for Adam. Until then, he was enjoying Eden's luxury, eating effortlessly. Now he has to toil the ground, and that was obviously painful because he had to feed himself. He had to feed his family, so he had to work a lot. That would have really troubled him. He would have, like now these days we see our men slog, right? So what do they develop? Stress, anger, frustration. For all of this, whom do you think Adam would have blamed? When asked, he obviously pointed to Eve. Whom did Eve also point to? The serpent. From then, mankind was always against serpent, snake. And obviously, if you see one thing as an enemy, that will also see you as an enemy. So there was constant enmity between mankind and snake. That is what God said about the serpent coming to Eve. So now Adam has lost Eden, and he already, to God, tells Eve is responsible for his state. That is going to be in Eve's mind always, right? She's going to lead that guilt phase, and um, and Adam is busy working, not spending enough time with her, so she's obviously going to feel unloved. You can't we relate to these things? This is what is happening these days. So this Eve always is like expecting, longing for Adam. That is literally ruling her mind. Her mind is back then, if not for her family, what else will she be engaged with? So constantly she has been thinking only of him. And that is ruling her. That is what God said about Eve. Like, obviously, Adam had to toil, slog the ground, and guess what? Ground is producing now thorns and thistles. Why do you think that is happening? Bloodshed, death.
Hold on. What death?
As God already said, eating from the tree of knowledge will invite death on mankind, there were two deaths that day. One, the spiritual death. Man lost God's presence forever. Second, it's a physical death. Instead of man, an animal was killed and its skin was given as clothes for man and woman. So, bloodshed and death. It was not at all part of God's plan, but the earth had to face it. And outside Garden of Eden, man started killing animals, and that started continuing because for his own survival. And that's how the earth got contaminated by bloodshed and death till now. All because of man's deed.
Oh, yeah. The earth was not designed to handle blood nor death, originally according to God's plan. And this deed of man, the bloodshed and the death, had caused the first pollution of the earth. Now that makes sense.
So I hope your second and third question is clarified here. God was not cursing, he was only stating consequences that is to follow.